Hello and welcome to Verbling. I'm teacher Oakley, and in this class we are going to the object of this class is to learn and use modals of obligation to ask or request for somebody to do something for you. The title of the class is Do Me a Favor. Can you do me a favor? Okay, first I'm going to introduce to you some ways that we ask people to do favors for us or ways to request. And we'll talk about that for a little bit. Then we are going to look at pictures. We're going to kind of play a little game. I'm going to screen share a picture, and the students will take turns guessing phrasing a request related to the picture, and then we'll check to see how right or possibly wrong you are. Okay, anyway, should be kind of fun. Jorge, welcome to the class.
Hey man, how are you? I am a little worried. Where are the people?
Where are the people? I don't know. I don't know. It's probably all climate change and global warming. I have no idea. Where are the people today? I don't know. I had plenty of people in earlier classes.
Oh, here we
Here
are.
they come. Here we go. Hello, Hussein. Welcome to the class.
Good morning. Good morning. Nice to see you again.
Good morning. Good to see you as well. Okay. Well, first I want to talk to you guys a little bit, a couple aspects that I want to talk to you about before we get to our little kind of game, activity, whatever we want to call it. I want to talk to you about a couple things. One, first of all, modals that we use use for requests. First of all, what are modals? Jorge, what are modals? Do you know?
Modals?
Modals. Do you know what a modal is?
Yeah, it's maybe the weight. When it's something related to good behavior, no?
No, not necessarily. No, modals are. This is a terminology used for grammar. Okay.
Can, may, must. Okay. Can, may, must.
Can,
must,
must, should, would, could, might, may.
Might, may.
Yeah, all of those. That's it. Those are modals. Okay. So modals of obligation to give instructions or make requests. Okay. I want to introduce you to some of those because you're going to be using them in the activity. Okay. We use could you and would you as polite ways of telling or asking someone to do something. For example, could you take a message, please? This is the language we're going to be using later. Would you carry this for me, please? Could and would. Could you? Would you? Could I have my bill, please? Okay. Generally speaking, can and will are more along the lines of telling someone what to do, more like instructions rather than requests. Can you take a message, please? It's less polite, more direct, more like a demand than a request. Will you carry this for me? Okay. It's a little bit less polite and more demanding. Now, there's another way that we request for information. These are all direct questions. Here's another aspect. Again, as we're doing the activity today, you may ask directly. Could you do something for me? Would you mind? Okay. More indirectly, do you, Jorge, do you have any idea what an indirect question is?
Mm, not really.
Not really. Okay. Instead of directly, could you sharpen my pencil for me? I might indirectly ask, would you mind? Okay, would you mind sharpening my pencil? Okay. That's the question is actually, would you mind? Okay. So we ask indirect questions. For example, think about questions you ask a stranger when you're asking directions or asking what time it is. Okay, Hussein, how would you ask a stranger what time it is on the street? How could you ask a stranger?
I am hurry up. I'm hurry up. Maybe very late for me. What can I say? Have you watched? Have you watched?
Okay. Okay. Well, actually, that is an indirect question. Have you got a watch? Actually, that is, instead of asking directly what time it is, what time? Sorry, what time is it? Is a direct question. All right. If it's your best friend or your coworker, what time is it is very normal. But if it's a stranger, you might say something like, "Could you tell me the time, please?" All right. Okay, that's an indirect question. All right. Do you know how to what? The question is actually, do you know? Yes, I do know how. But obviously, the speaker means, can you tell me how to get to the train station? So these are indirect questions, and these are considered more polite. We tend to use them when we're talking to strangers. We tend to use this kind of language in customer service. Okay. Rather than, all right, can I help you today? We're more likely to say, how can I help you today? All right, these are indirect questions. Would you mind telling me? Would you mind something, ing? Could you tell me, do you know? All right, these are more polite forms of, again, making requests, which is what we're going to be practicing today. Okay, so you can be more direct, a little more polite, a little less polite, or you can use an indirect question to make your request. All right, let me quickly welcome Marcus to the class. Hello, Marcus.
Hello.
Hi there. Welcome.
Thank
Okay.
you.
All right, now here's what we're going to do. I'm going to do a little screen share for you. Okay. It'd be just a picture. Now, what you have to figure out is what request do you think someone would ask given the circumstances of the picture? I'll help you out here. Okay. Jorge, we'll start with you. Here's your little picture. All right.
Yeah.
What do you think you might ask someone to do for you, given this situation?
Am I the GPO worker?
No, you're someone else.
Oh.
Okay, maybe you'll get it wrong. You guess?
Yeah.
Well, maybe you are a GPO. What is GPO?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
But is this a courier service?
Maybe. Okay. I don't know. Doesn't matter. But I hear What request might I make?
Okay. Maybe. Uh, do you know how to get the 101 apartment?
Okay, if you're this guy, okay, you may be asking for directions. All right. But if I hear a knock on the door, I'm probably going to ask someone.
Oh, well, maybe it's yeah. Mm,
All right. What
well,
is
I
the
don't know.
request here?
Maybe it's uh, would you mind to, well, in an informal way, I say, give me a moment, or maybe I say, could you wait for a few
Okay.
seconds, or something like
Okay.
that?
The idea is maybe if you're in your house and someone else is in your house, you might say, "Could you get the door?" Informally. Someone in your house you probably know quite well. All right. So you might tell somebody else in your house, "Could you get the door?" Or you might even say, "Hey, there's someone at the door." Obviously, people that you know who are in your house. Okay. Okay. So you know, if it's your brother or something, you know, your best friend or whoever, people inside your house are generally people you know. I don't have a lot of strangers in my house. So if somebody knocks on the door, I might say, "Hey, get the door." I'd probably be very direct. I would probably not use a very, "Would you mind getting the door?" I forget that. I'm talking to my wife. I'm saying, "Hon, get the door, please." You know, I'm going to be much more direct. Okay. All right. So that's the idea. Given this situation, what would the request likely be? That's what we're doing. Hussein, what would you request someone do if you saw this?
Uh, more polite.
Okay. It's in your house.
If in my house, for example, for my wife, we
Yeah.
can say, oh, no
Right.
problem, no problem. Uh, get the beer for me, please, and so and it is
Okay. Okay. Get. Okay.
the beer, get the beer, bottle of beer for me, please.
Maybe okay. Maybe groceries. Okay. Food. We need food.
For
Get the
uh,
groceries. Milk,
yes,
food, whatever. Okay. Maybe. Okay. Maybe.
maybe.
Okay. We might say, can you do some shopping? All right. Can you do some shopping today? Maybe. Might be common. Uh, Here's another one. All right. Here's another one that you guys might find useful. These are very practical, real life requests I'm trying to share with you guys. Here's another one that we use a lot. Can you run to the store?
Uh, Run the store, but in the picture, other thing.
Okay. Well, okay, this phrase, "run to the store," we frequently use to ask someone to go to the store to get something. It's very, very, very common. Usually not to do all the food shopping for the week, but just to get something for dinner, or can you run to the store and get some eggs? Can you run to the store and get some milk? Something like that. It's very common. Okay. All right. get the, okay. All right, and so there they are. Okay, somebody's coming back from the store with a bunch of groceries. Terrific. Okay, Marcus, you're next. And Marcus, you can't see the Verbling chat. Try clicking on, if you slide your mouse to the left side of the page, if you click on the V, there's a gold V with a blue
The
background.
okay.
Yeah. You can
Okay. I
click
see
on
it.
that. All right. Terrific.
Thank
Okay.
you.
You're welcome. And Marcos, don't go anywhere because here's your situation. What might you ask for here? Okay.
Would you mind to take a coffee with me?
Okay. Well, okay. Well, this is interesting. Well, this is more interesting in exercise than I thought. Would you mind? It's very common for asking somebody to get some coffee for me. Would you mind getting me some coffee?
Okay.
Might be common. Now, probably if we're inviting someone, however, Marcus,
Yeah.
we might say, would you like to?
Would you like to take coffee with me?
Well, instead of take coffee, probably get some coffee.
To get some coffee. Okay.
Okay. Depending on, all right. If he's just asking for coffee for himself, it is very common when you're getting coffee, like in the office, very normal to offer to, I'm getting some coffee, do you want some? It's very common to offer as, okay, different from a request, but it just so you know, it's really common to offer to get other people coffee. If you're getting something, that you should offer to get others. But, okay, would you mind getting me some coffee? Would be really, really common. Okay. Would you like to get some coffee? All right. A little bit more polite. Maybe it's usually when you ask somebody, that's a favor that's, you want to be a little bit more polite normally, instead of, you know, just demand, get me some coffee. That's not normally acceptable. Can you get me some coffee? Would you mind getting me some coffee? Do you mind getting me some coffee? Generally, it's going to be much more polite, but okay. Yeah, sure. Marcus, here you go. Yeah, all right. No problem. Okay. All right, back to you. Oh, okay. Here's the situation. Your wife / girlfriend / sister / mother.
Yeah.
Sees this. What will she say to you?
Maybe she say me, dear brother.
Yeah, right. Come on.
Would you like to, or would you mind to clear this? I don't know the verb of clear the dishes. Can I say that?
Okay, well, okay. I seriously doubt your sister's that polite. But on the other hand, clear the dishes, okay? Clear the
Wash it.
dishes. Yeah,
Yeah.
clear the dishes refers to removing the dishes from the table. Okay?
Okay.
That's clear the dishes. Here the dishes are already in the sink. So, yeah, the phrase you want to incorporate, you want to include is wash the dishes.
You should say clean up the dishes, or no?
Actually, well, this is interesting. Okay, because it's a little bit interesting because British use wash up or wash up the dishes, but Americans do not. Americans use the phrasal verb wash up to talk about cleaning our hands and our face before we eat. I'm going to wash up before dinner. That's common for an American. A British person, like in this picture, you're British, or hey, your sister might say, would you mind doing the washing up? Okay, but an American would never say that. They just say washing up to mean washing the dishes. Americans would say wash the dishes or do the dishes. Clean the dishes, although it's not incorrect, it's grammatically correct, and vocabulary it's correct, Americans would never say that. We clean bigger things. Clean your room, clean the house, clean the refrigerator.
It's like remove the dishes from the table.
That is clear with an
Clear.
R. Clear the
Okay.
dishes. Yeah.
So the fact is that my little sister is not more polite, so I am sure she say, "Hey man, I cook. You have to do the dishes." So maybe he said, "Would you like to do the dishes?" And I am sure I answer her, "No, I wouldn't," or something like that. Yeah. What if a person requests you something in a very polite way, but you don't want to do that?
Then you politely decline. No, thank you.
Okay.
No, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you for your kind offer.
Oh, I will write that.
Okay.
I am sorry for interrupting, Oakley,
No problem.
our teacher. You
Yeah.
know, these things for people, when a person speak very good, fluent, if anybody cannot speak really good, fluently, maybe any wrong way for him. More important, communicate, not polite, and in your language only. If we
Well, do
okay
you like
or
do you enjoy violence? Because people sometimes are violent when they feel that someone's being rude to them. So I would say being polite is pretty important. You don't want to get hit. You can say the wrong thing and end up in a fight. In my point of view, it's very important, actually. And who wants to fight with your wife? Anyway. No, is it important? Yes, actually, I'm kind of joking around, but I'm not joking around. Actually, in reality, the idea of politeness for English speakers, if you're a stranger and you're making a request and you're not using polite language, you're not using indirect language, the answer will be no. In fact, the answer may be a middle finger. If English speakers who perceive you're being rude to them are going to be very rude right back to you. Or they're going to ignore you. But they're certainly not going to help you. So is it important? Yeah. I personally, even if it's my wife, if somebody's very rude making a request, I'm not going to do it. Ever. Go to you know where. So is it important? Yes, I think so. Just the mindset of if you really want somebody, rudeness and politeness is important. Yes. Not just, that is part of comprehension and understanding. If you're demanding something from me, I have every right to tell you to go no. I have every right to say no.
you know, correct. But in I think if anybody don't speak fluently, difficult. For example, for
Sure.
me, if I will in other foreign country, I really cannot actually I cannot different more polite or not polite. No, but in our language, in any native speakers, only very important. I don't forget one situation when I with my family, we went to for swimming to sea, and I stopped and he asked other people, what can I go to beach? My son was very rough. In nature, he's rough, and other people say I don't forget this situation. They say, first of all, you come to me, speak more understandable. What do you want? And and enough. Is answer.
Oh, okay. All right. But I highly suggest that anybody who learns any new language, you might want to learn the polite constructions first. Please, thank you, you're welcome. That's what I just personally, that's the first thing I'm going to learn. I know very little of French, Spanish, German, Russian. All I know is please and thank you. I don't know any other words, but you got to start somewhere, and frankly, just saying, that's what I would start with. That's what I did start with. That's all I know in like 6 languages. Okay, anyway, Hussein, let's get back to the lesson.
Okay.
Never mind the semantics.
Mhm.
Okay, what requests might you make here? Okay, you got a very, looks like a very dirty jacket.
In my apartment, in my room, for my wife, for example.
Yes, for
Ah,
example.
ah. You said we cannot say clean.
Yeah,
My
you can say clean. It's all right.
yeah, you cannot say it. My jacket very dirty, and why you um, can you clean up uh, my jacket, please?
Okay.
Yes.
All right. All right. All right. That's okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Can you clean up my jacket, please? All right. Now, oh, okay. Yes, you can say clean. Okay. Let's not only the polite language, but it brings up other elements of English. For example, clean. You want somebody to clean something for you. We use clean up, phrasal verb, clean, 2 words, a phrase, clean and up. We use up, we add it to words to add emphasis and to mean completely. So this is possible. Can you clean up my jacket, please? You're saying it, you want it completely cleaned. Okay, but we often use, it would be probably more common to just say, can you clean my jacket? We use clean up for things like clean up your room, I need to clean up the house, I need to clean up the kitchen, I need to get cleaned up to go to a formal affair, go to a wedding, you need to get cleaned up, clean up completely. So it's okay here. All right.
We can use wash in this case.
Yeah, you
Wash
can
the jacket.
wash my jacket. You know, you might use dry clean. Maybe you want to have your jacket dry cleaned, for
Dry clean.
example. Yeah. But, you know, it depends on the material, how expensive it is. We can't really tell that from the picture. Okay. Somebody did the job. Okay. All right. Can you clean up my jacket, please? It looks like somebody did clean it up completely. It's all clean. So, all right. Okay. Very common. Would you mind taking my jacket to the dry cleaners on your way to work? Something like that. When you want somebody to take something somewhere, you ask, can you drop off whatever, a package, drop off mail, you drop off jacket to dry cleaners. This might be a common question here. Very common when we're requesting somebody deliver something or leave something somewhere. We'll ask them to drop it off. Again, a phrasal verb. Marcus, what's the problem here?
The problem is that the grass is high.
Yes, it is. All right. So what would be the request?
In a polite way, it's would you like to cut off or just cut my grass?
Okay. Okay. Hang on. Sorry. Okay. Would you cut the grass? Yes. Not cut off. Would you cut the grass?
Would you cut the grass?
Okay. Or we, at least Americans more frequently would say, would you mow the grass?
Mowed. With a D at the final. Mowed.
No. M-O-W. Would you mind mowing the grass?
Okay.
Can you mow the grass? The grass is very high. Can you mow the grass, please? Yes. Again, multiple ways to say it, but yeah, cut the grass, mow the grass. Does it happen? Yeah, there he is. He's mowing the grass.
Would you help me with the grass?
Would you help me with the grass?
With cutting the grass?
Okay, now I'm glad you said that. Now that's interesting. Would you mind helping me with somebody? Generally sorry, not with somebody, with something. Would you mind helping me with the dishes, for example? This would be very common. This is a very useful thing to know. But generally, what it means is that you're going to be doing it with them. And it's impossible for two people to use the lawnmower at the same time. So that's that machine he's using here. This thing is a lawnmower. There's only one handle. Only one person can use it at a time. So in this case, it would be strange. However,
and the other person can get off or remove the weeds, no?
Could be. In which case, would you mind helping me with the lawn or with the gardening, something like that?
Okay.
I guess it's possible. Anyway, a job that definitely two people can do, it would be very common. This is a super common, good way to ask, would you mind helping me with whatever?
Cooking.
Cooking. Cooking dinner. Would you mind helping me cook dinner? Sure, that's a very common one. Absolutely. I used that last night. My wife. Matter of fact. Okay. What on earth? Or hey, what's the problem here? Looks like his house was robbed. He's got no furniture. Or hey, what's the problem?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the problem here is this is the kitchen. The kitchen is
I don't know.
break.
It's break. It's broken.
Yeah, it's broken. So maybe it's
destroyed.
yeah,
Okay.
maybe it's a would you mind helping me fix this disaster?
That's good. Okay. All right. That's good. Well, would you mind helping me fix this disaster? That's good. Okay. Yeah, that would be very realistic and very practical. Okay. Can you help me clean up this mess? It would be another one. Clean, and here's where you definitely would use clean up. It's a big mess. You need to clean up everything. Okay. Clean up this mess. You may say this as a command to someone else instead of a request. Clean up this mess immediately. Okay. Oh, all right. He vacuumed. Miracle vacuum. Okay. And he picked up. Now, okay, what does it mean when Jorge, when I say he picked up and vacuumed?
Pick up.
Pick up. Okay. Pick up the house.
Is
For example. What does that mean? Suddenly, I realized that this lesson is also a lesson about phrasal verbs, which I see are really, really common when used when asking for a favor.
It's organize the house, or?
Yes, very good. Literally picking things up off the table, off the couch, off the floor, but organizing them, more importantly. Yeah, what you said. That's it. Very good. Okay. Oh, this is simple. I think. Hussein, what is the request you would make in this circumstance?
I know, very windy on the street. Would you mind close the window, please?
Okay, very good. Would you mind, and this would be very typical to in this polite way, would you mind, and then after the would you mind clause, we generally use an ing form of the verb, closing.
Closing. Would you mind closing the window, please?
Yeah, that would be 9 times out of 10. That is exactly what you would say. Yeah. Okay. You might say. You might say. Okay, if you want to, instead of make a request, demand. You might say, close the window. You'll catch your death. Okay, you might hear an idiom. Close the window, you'll catch your death. Or you'll catch pneumonia. So you catch your death, you'll get sick, in other words. Okay, but you are right. Really, the way that you said it would be really the way that it would happen. And there you go. Thank you very much. Thank you for closing the window. All right. Marcus? Ring.
I don't know the word to use. Can you? I don't know. I don't know the word to use in this situation.
Okay. Just like the door we looked at earlier, can you get the phone?
Can you get the phone for me, please?
Yeah. Okay. Can you get the phone? Can you get the phone for me, please? You may hear, can you grab that? Okay, these are obviously very informal. Phone ringing things, I don't know why. We tend to be more informal with the phone because it happens so often. I don't know.
Teacher?
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt you. I remember a situation when a boyfriend of my little sister called to home, and I get the phone, and he says, hey, can you please tell to your sister that I need her? And I say, would you mind to tell me your name? Because I didn't know the name.
Yeah, right.
But the point is that I was very jealous.
Okay.
You know, it's my little sister.
Well, not jealous, maybe protective.
Oh, well, here maybe in Colombia we say I am jealous, or yeah, protective. So the point is, I realized in that moment that my little sister has a boyfriend.
Uh-huh.
So it
Okay.
was the fact.
Uh-huh.
And I
Okay.
get his name.
Very good.
And after I had the favorite account. Oh no, just kidding.
Okay. All right, but wait. English now. Um, you call to you don't need to call to somebody. You call the airport, you call the police department, whatever. So you can, but even going somewhere, you go to the police department, you go to the mall. When it's home, this is an exception. When it's home, you never have to use to. He called home, or I went home. I'm going to go home. We never say to home, ever. Okay? It's
Okay.
unnecessary. It's a weird exception.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
And also, again, would you mind telling, would you mind, or do you mind, would you mind, and then ing. Would you mind telling me your name? Instead of, would you mind to tell me your name? Instead of after mind, or after mind, actually, it's always a gerund. It's always an ing. Would you mind telling me your name instead of to tell? Okay.
But if you want to be protective with your sister in this situation,
Uh-huh.
you not to be polite in this situation, or you can be polite.
No, you
Yeah,
can
you're
be
right.
polite.
You're right. I disagree with Oakley.
Yeah.
You have to be rude,
Okay. That's a
not
matter of
to,
culture, I suppose. That's a matter of culture, I guess.
in
Yeah,
order to put hierarchically.
that's funny. Yeah, okay, on that one, well, it's up to your culture, I suppose. It's your sister, so it's up to you. I don't know.
I have question.
Yeah,
Two
yeah,
questions. Please,
sure.
you, for example, I recent only want ask you more polite. Exactly, it depends on culture. Ask for teacher. For example,
Hmm,
what correct will be your name or teacher? Depends
okay.
on my age, your age, maybe a
No,
lot of no.
not in
Uh,
English. No,
uh,
no, it doesn't depend on age. There's no deal there.
mhm.
I know what you mean. Many cultures, very significant the age of the speakers with each other. I know what you're talking about. But in English, no, it doesn't matter. Um, it should be polite asking for someone's name. Pardon me, could I, uh, may I know your name? Okay, I'll write that down so you can see it.
No.
I would say, who's talking? Who's talking?
The student, may I know your name? Uh, Teacher, what is your name, please? Just ask, in other words. Um,
No. Mhm.
mhm.
In concrete situation, for example, for you or maybe other our teachers, I heard other students ask if any question in his name. For example, Oakley or teacher. For
Yeah.
example, for me, I what will be polite ask
Oh,
you, Oakley or teacher.
yeah,
Yes.
I see. Yeah, I don't, because I have students all over the world. I forget about paying any attention to that at all. You can call me Oakley. I'm perfectly fine with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, address. Okay, how do you address someone uh, with a title? Um, for the most part, English speakers just, okay, well, along this line of thought, if it was a university professor, you were in a university class, I would call him professor, for sure. In high school, I called my teachers Mr. Curtin, Ms. Smith, Mr. and Miss. I didn't say teacher. I said Mr. or Ms. For the most part, when you meet people, you say Mr. or Mrs. or Ms. And most English speakers will tell you to call them by their first name really quickly, really soon. It's very common. So we don't really call anybody by their title except professor, doctor, and chef, actually. Chef is also common. But anything else, manager, I don't know. Senior plumber, I don't know. You just use the person's name. So really, those are the only ones. Mr. President, of course, would be a title. But for teachers in high school or adult classes or something like that, here at Verbling, yeah, you can call me Oakley.
Okay. And for women,
okay with that.
for women, we also can say, for example, Holly, not teacher Holly, not teacher Holly.
Yeah, yeah. It's kind of funny because in some cultures you can't even stop the student from calling you teacher, whatever. Yeah, it's interesting. Hussein, I live in the Philippines now, and it drives me crazy. People call me sir, 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 sir. I'm like, I'm not sir. Don't call me sir. Call me Oakley. It annoys me when you call me sir. But I can't stop them from saying that. And I taught in an academy here. I taught here in this country, and nobody would just call me Oakley. It was either teacher or sir. No one used my name.
If they say Oakley, we will be more polite, more close.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm very informal. I'm an American. Americans are notoriously informal. We tend not to care.
For example, sorry for interrupting. I live in Azerbaijan. Maybe Turkish people, they like culture also near the Iran, public culture same. But if we will ask our teachers with his name, which person more older than you, will be very rough.
Yeah.
Very roughly will.
Be very bad. Yeah, in Korean culture as well. Absolutely, in every aspect of life in Korean culture, you have to defer to an older person, even if they're only 6 months or 1 year older than you. You have to completely defer to them in everything.
Really, yes.
Yeah, it's really dramatic, actually. So I am familiar with what you're talking about.
And thank you very much. And I want you said phrasal verb. What was I lost about cleaning? Maybe close the window. You'll catch your death.
You'll catch your death. That was an idiom, not a phrasal verb. That's an idiom. You'll catch your death. That's just a common thing we say when somebody has the window open or the door open and it's very cold outside. Close the window. You'll catch your death. Close the car window. You'll catch your death, or you'll catch pneumonia. You'll get sick.
Well, why death? What because of? I asked. Why to maybe catch the cold? Death very rough.
Yeah,
me.
death is very rough, but English is very, very exaggerating. Everything gets exaggerated 100 times, 1,000 times, 1,000,000 times worse or better than it is. That's English. The nature of English, we use adjectives and adverbs to add way more emphasis to things than we need to. You know, like me saying, I told you 1,000,000 times not to do that. Well, did you really tell him 1,000,000 times? No, of course not. We
Yes.
exaggerate all the time in English.
Thank you very much.
Sure. Sure, no problem. Okay. Continuing on, Jorge, back to you. What's the problem here? A little detective work here. What's the situation, Jorge?
Is that door?
It's a door here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Here's a girl looking at the door, and what's the problem with the door? Here's a clue. A little detective work. What's down here on the walkway? What's that, Jorge? Yeah.
Not sure. Is that maybe that is a crime here? Maybe this is block on the door. But there is
Blood on the
also,
door.
I think that
Maybe.
that this girl is small and she can watch. She can, I don't know,
Okay.
if watch or see. She can
See?
see for the, how can I say, what is the name of the circle in that door? Or the,
A
yeah,
window?
it's a visor, a window, or what?
That's a big one. It's a window. When it's a really, really tiny one, you know what I mean? Like in a hotel, you can look out of your hotel room into the hallway.
Mm,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
They have those tiny holes you can look out. That's a peephole.
Big hole.
Yeah, because you peep out. You look through a small hole. You peep. Okay, but no, that's just a window. Okay, well, what is the request she's going to want to make here?
Mm,
And I'm telling you right now that this thing down here in the bottom is the secret. Maybe it's blood on the door. Maybe. Okay. Maybe not. Even if it is blood, what might she ask someone to do?
not sure, man.
You're not
Uh,
sure.
I think that maybe Marcus can help me. Marcus,
Marcos, what do you think?
would you mind helping me in to helping me resolve that situation?
Very nice. That was very good, all right. All right. Marcos, okay? Do you
I would say, can you clean this blood up for me?
blood up? Yes, a recent werewolf attack has left some blood on the door. Terrific. Hussein, what do you think? What do you think needs to be done in this case with the door? Clean the blood off. Oh my goodness.
Will be any crime in this room.
Yeah. Can you call the police? There you go.
Yes.
There's a request.
And you
Yeah.
request for police.
There you go. Can you call the
And-
police?
And-
Okay. All right, you guys. Look. How about? Would you mind painting the door?
Ah,
All right. Now, okay, and here I have to say something. Painters are often professionals. They get paid money to paint things, or you pay somebody to fix something in your house. Come to your house and fix something. Fix a door. Fix the pipes, the water pipes under the sink. Okay. When
The
they
work,
come to your
the
door,
worker is a painting. Sorry. The
water
worker.
pipes. I said. Water pipes, the long tubes. We don't call them tubes in English. We call them pipes. The long tubes that you know, water flows into your house and out of your house. Water pipes. Okay, anyway, my point, when a service person comes to your house to fix something, you also are polite with him. Yes, I called you because I was wondering if you could paint this door. How much do you think it would cost? Again, here I am asking indirect questions. Yes, I called you because the pipes under the sink aren't working, and I was wondering if you could fix the problem for me. Even though we're asking, obviously we're paying him, and he's obviously providing a service, we would still ask him what we want him to do in a very polite way. Probably an indirect question, because he's basically a stranger to us. We don't know this guy. So it doesn't even matter if you're the one in charge, you're the boss, you're the person paying. You still, if someone's a stranger, you're still going to use polite language. Okay. Well, what's this? What's this? What's that? It's like a garbage can. Okay. Hussein, what would be the request here?
More common for us in our country.
Yeah?
Yeah. Usually, people ask how much I can you. There is, I don't know, indirect.
Okay. What does this person want done? This is a little weird, a little tricky. Well,
this is yes, there is.
There you go.
I don't know what the name of this thing, but it's like a post spot that they put in the streets, no?
Yes, it is. It's a mailbox.
Mailbox, yes.
Yeah. Well, English we say a mailbox. I think Brits call it a post box, but same thing. Yeah. So can you mail this letter for me? All right. Can you drop off this letter for me? Okay. In any case, that was. This is the place. Kind of all over the place in this class. Lots of different aspects to this interesting class. Thank you, gentlemen, for participating with me. That was quite interesting. Tomorrow, I'll be sharing some pictures again. We'll be doing other interesting things. Hopefully you can join me.
Thank you. See you soon.
Thank
All
you.
right. Thank you.